Dude.
All right.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to the InnerCityGeeks podcast. It's Steve here. And joining me today, I have Alex.
What's going on, folks?
Yes. And after a long fucking time, we got Renee here.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
And we'll have Franny joining us a little later. But I figured we'd start now because, why the fuck not? We're a little late. So, why the fuck not? Fuck it.
We're turning to the party, but we're here.
Yeah, exactly. We started at the whatever. I was gonna say some shit, but it's time for me to say it.
Are you gonna say that like we started with the CPT? When it comes to
yeah, exactly. That's
be
exactly
here at 9:30. Okay, 9:30, 9:50. We're here.
exactly. We're all on CPT right now. Exactly.
Yeah, I can see right now the one person. What's CPT? Oh, we're not gonna get into it right now. If you don't know, then you don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you gotta say it right, Renee. You gotta jujule it, like how Connie from Big Mouth says it. Jujule it. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Exactly. Jujule it. Exactly. That's the only way to do it. It's the only right way to do it. So how you guys been, man? Let's start with Alex. How you been, man?
Oh, dude. We were talking about it before we started recording or whatever. It was a week when it comes to work. Now, I get the whole thing that because of the whole, situation of the pandemic and now more so with other stuff going on as well, especially in New York, right? It's my boss has been kind of like writing on me in a negative way for whatever reason. Like it just seems like whatever has been bothering her, she's been kind of taking it out on me. And, since she kind of pays my checks, I have to kind of like hold
She does not pay your checks.
No, I'm saying, but you know what I mean? Like, she signs the check, she signs it like or whatever, or she approves the time, if you will.
Okay, that's a little better, but no, she does not sign your checks.
but you get what I mean? Like, if I say the wrong thing, she could send me home for the day, and you already know, dude, I could get vocal.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude.
Yeah, I know, but the whole thing is like, whenever you have certain things of like they compare you to somebody else, like, oh, how come you can't take care of this? Like, how come you can't take care of this? Like, like so and so person. I'm not so and so person. I'm Alex. You tell me to do something, I'm gonna do it. All right. If I don't do it exactly how this person does it or whatever, then I'm not gonna say, oh well, but oh well. Right. So because
I'm not gonna say oh well, yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But you have to say it in the work professional way. Like, okay. So from there, it was just like this long week of just dealing with a lot of headaches, condescending remarks, and even today after everything ran somewhat smoothly, right? There was still a complaint when I was on the train coming home that came from her right hand. And I was just like, this is unfucking believable, man. It's just like once I left, I was just like, I think this is gonna be okay. Nah. Let's just add shit to the shit cake. With some side order diarrhea and some sprinkles of dingleberries. It's just like that was my work week. But
Nice.
the only thing that came like the solace of all this was that I've been catching up on podcasts, so I've been listening to that AEW unrestricted whatever.
It's a good show. It's a good
show,
dude,
like honestly, the chemistry between Aubrey Edwards and fucking Tony Schiavone has been fucking like it's great. And then with the whole thing of like the guests are just so like I guess since they all work together that they're so comfortable talking with one another, and when they share their stories, it's it's a good listen, dude.
Yeah, it's good listen, especially when you don't really know much about the wrestlers. Because a lot of wrestlers that I don't know about that are on there that I'm like, oh, I kind of want to. Instead of just diving through fucking YouTube and just seeing fucking other matches, you get to actually hear their point of view and as far as like how they actually got into the business and everything.
Indeed.
Yeah, exactly. Chug.
And I started with the first shot just to make sure, like It's Friday evening after a long work week.
Right. The first shot as of starting the recording. Yes. You did start drinking before then.
Oh no, that was the first shot. I was pouring it out to have it ready. So as we were recording, that I can just we're good. So it's like, all right, this is how you begin the podcast. How?
Gotcha. Yeah, that's
positivity in a shot.
Exactly.
But other than that, I've been trying to listen to to albums. So I actually listened to it like an old comedy album. It's not like 10 years old, so it is old. What was it? Brian Posehn's the album with I think it's like fart and wiener jokes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's yeah. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to that one, and he's just like awkwardly hilarious. So
yeah, that's what
I've always liked Brian Posehn. So it was just like, all right. Because, like I said, like dealing with so much shit when it comes to work and other stuff, that I was like, I need to laugh.
Yeah, that's fair. It's good. It's always good to have a good laugh,
Exactly.
It's what I do the most of for the most part. It's just laugh at everything.
I usually watch horror. That makes me feel good and warm and toasty on the inside.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to kill you. That they have you on the spigot or whatever, rotisserie style. I don't want
to. And I watch it and I go, "Oh, thank God, that's not me."
It's like
it could be worse. I could be in The Conjuring for real.
I wouldn't joke around saying like, listen, I'm the one that if something happens or whatever, I'm not gonna go, let's go check that out. No. Something happens, I'm not going over there.
Exactly. Yeah, because all that other stuff is like whenever you start going towards the bad shit, that's some WP shit. And I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't Nope. I stay away from that.
The same individuals that want to speak to your manager.
Yeah, exactly.
The Karens and the Bills of the world. Apparently that's what a dude Karen is called. A Bill or a Bob?
I thought it was a Chad.
It's a Chad? They should be called Ken and Barbie, honestly. That'd be easier for me to remember with the quick.
No. But remember, like Barbie, whatever, she's like the pretty ones or whatever.
Barbie's a working girl.
Yeah, Barbie's a working girl, whatever. Right? That for whatever reason, has all these things, but then you wonder, how the fuck did she get all these things?
This is Barbie.
I was gonna say privilege, but whatever.
She's always wearing a suit, man. They made sure they put that bitch to work. She was pretty and she worked. And Ken was her Bigelow, her man prostitute. That's what Ken was. She would just call him up and he would swing by.
Nice. Hey, Ken, make me money. Okay.
Barbie was like, what am I paying for? Dance, Ken, dance.
And he's just crying in the corner. He's crying in the corner. Why does it always turn out like this?
And he's wearing a pink neckerchief.
How come I can't solve mysteries like my brother Fred?
Right? They don't abuse him like this.
Yeah.
But he talks to a dog for whatever fucking reason.
The true story of Barbie and Ken.
A Lifetime original.
Yo, I would watch that shit. Somebody animate that, make it a short.
They're gonna use probably clips from here, whatever, just like the whole dancing, whatever. I have to make her money for her condo. Mm-hmm. Her sister Skipper and Kelly have to go to school.
Yeah.
Right? Today we have the girls over. No.
It's Brad. Brad is the dude's name is Brad, says Tara.
Oh, it's a Brad. Not a Bill or a Bob. Or a Brad. No. Okay.
Yeah, a Brad.
See, God damn it. I wish I cared enough to remember. I know I'm going to forget by tomorrow. Anyway, hi, guys.
Welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Yeah, so.
Finish up, Alex. What else you got?
No, so yeah, so with that being said, actually the joking around helped make me feel better. That and the first shot, I'm just like, there's more to come. So I think I'll feel better by the end of the show. Maybe even before then. Like just talking with you guys always helps. So thank you for being my non-paid therapist.
Yay!
Anytime.
Yay! It's always my favorite thing to do.
Listen to his problems and just laugh at it. Let's make a joke of real situation.
That's what I
Every
do.
time I talk to you guys, I feel like I am not alone in the world. There's other people out there that think just like me.
For the most part, yeah.
Kill.
Die, and kill. What is it? No, murder, death, kill. There we go.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's a good way to do it.
Isn't
So
that a
Renee,
game?
what's going on, dude? How you been, man?
What's up, man?
It's been a really fucking long time since you've been on the show.
Yeah, it has,
Almost
dude.
a year, right? Like
Huh?
about a year, almost a year.
Yeah,
So
give
I
or
think I started going crazy in August, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm here, here in Tampa, close to Steve, and just kind of trying to make my way through the world and life, and just dealing with a lot of stuff like everybody else. Things are good. The only thing I've been doing, I haven't been working. Wow, I don't know if anybody remembers me on the show, but I started work. I was driving Uber here for like 6 months because I couldn't find the real job. And then, Uber's a real job, but you know what I mean.
But
And,
a real job, you mean?
Yeah, with like offices and doors. And I don't have to fucking look for a bathroom. But no, I got a job at a hotel here in Tampa, and that was in November, and everything was cool until the virus stuff happened, and it just became not cool. So I just couldn't deal with it anymore. And then during all that stuff, my mom died, and she died in New York during the whole coronavirus thing. And I've been dealing with that since March. And I've been kind of waiting to be able to go to New York. So I can't really get a job now because I got to take at least a week, maybe more, to go to New York and handle my mom's stuff, like the state stuff, when you die. And now that I'm talking about that, man, if you guys have kids and you have any kind of assets, like a house or a car or something like that, make a will. Even if it's just some little paper somewhere that, like, just put it somewhere and say, hey, this is it. Because I'm dealing with so much bullshit because of that. And I knew that my mom was going to pass away pretty soon. Like when I left New York in 2016, 17, I knew things were going to happen, but we weren't prepared for it. And then everything happened during the coronavirus stuff. So it's been an interesting and very difficult couple of months, but I'm good now. We're cool. Things are starting to move. New York is starting to reopen slowly. What I've been doing mostly is just playing a lot of video games and watching like everything on Netflix and YouTube.
Sweet.
That's about it.
Awesome.
Oh, you mentioned Netflix. Since you mentioned Netflix, I was watching something. What is it? Filthy Rich?
What's Filthy Rich?
The Epstein.
I couldn't watch it.
Epstein documentary.
I
Now,
couldn't watch it. Like,
I will be honest in saying this. I'll be honest in this. It is really good, but the subject matter, it's not for the faint of heart kind of thing, because they talk about, dirty old men having sex with minors, See,
the thing about that is that I worked for a lot of rich people in New York for a long time. I was a doorman in New York for like 20 years. And I saw a lot of that shit at my job. And I couldn't say not that I couldn't say anything. It's just like me being the idiot that I was back then. I was too scared to say anything. Because like when you're in New York and you got a good job, you don't want to lose that job. So I didn't say anything.
Also had to attribute to the thing that you don't know. Like, it's just like you think it's happening, but you're not 100% sure.
Yeah.
So that's another part too.
I got in trouble a lot later in my job time there because I used to like say shit, and I used to like really get into people, like not get into their business, but I'd be like, yo, like, all right, do what you're ever gonna do, but don't, that shit ain't right, that shit ain't cool. So yeah, so I'm watching the Epstein thing because I like watching documentaries on Netflix a lot, and I couldn't. I was like, some of that shit made my blood boil. Like I was like, I just couldn't. I couldn't.
Oh, dude, my wife was crying on some parts.
This is one person.
Yeah,
one person that they caught.
No, but the whole thing that really got me when it came to watching that documentary of like some of the other people that like didn't really get charged, but the FBI has so much stuff on them. So to me, I kept like joking around saying like how with the same thing with fucking Tiger King is like, when's season 2?
The thing is, man, a lot of those people are immune because they're so rich. they can just. I mean, his girlfriend. They just found his girlfriend now after what, like 3 years. So, like, if you got money, man, there's certain things you can do that most of us can't do, and that's kind of what they talk about in the documentary. And it's just not a cool thing. I understand it's a really good documentary, but I just couldn't get through it.
Oh no, like I said, it took a lot out of my wife or whatever watching that. When my wife. But yeah, so like I said, it was an interesting watch, and it was one of those things where like we couldn't watch it like episode back to back like a whole bunch, because like I said, it's emotionally it's a lot, dude. Like it's one of those things where like you have to kind of brace yourself for it, like the subject matter. So it's just like well, what is it, like the other one where my wife watched it. I watched like the first episode. What was it, the trial of Gabriel Hernandez or whatever?
Yeah,
the one about
yeah, I couldn't watch it.
Yeah, so I watched the first episode, but I knocked out because I had a long work week. But I wanted to go back to it. But from what I watched, it was like, this is fucking intense. Like, like it's one of those things where, like I said, you have to like, you can't watch it straight through, because then you're gonna get like upset, and then you want to be like, kill all pedophiles, like kill all fucking abusers,
Well, that's kind of how you want to do anyway, regardless. Kill the pedophiles. Like, does anybody fucking, take care of pedophiles? I don't think so.
Like I don't have kids. I don't think I'm gonna have kids. And I mean, like, I know you're a dad, Steve, and we talk about it because I watch a lot of the. For those of you that don't know, me and Steve are roommates. We're not like gay or anything, but we live together for like 2 years. So, but like when we're watching stuff, like I'll be watching stuff, and like Steve watch stuff, and then like I watch a lot of true crime stuff on YouTube, and like I always tell him like, yo, dude, like I can't. How the fuck do you kill your own kid? Like any kid, like that's so fucked up, dude. Like how. That is the most evil thing in the world, man. And I'm just like,
it really is.
Like abusing your kids and all that kind of thing, like physically, sexually, all that stuff. Like I just can't watch that stuff anymore. And then it's fucked up because a lot of the true crime stuff on YouTube, like half of them chronicle all this evil shit that happens. And it's just hard to watch sometimes. And it's like I love horror. Like you were mentioning horror and stuff before, Franny, but like I love horror too. But there's like there's like make believe horror and like real horror, and sometimes it's really hard to watch real horror. I remember it's been a while since I've done this. I actually remember what I want to talk about really quick. 3 things. Hannibal, the TV show's on Netflix. I just started watching it. It is an amazing show.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, season 1 is really good. There's only one bad episode in it, which was episode 8 with the skinny black dude beating the shit out of everybody. And I'm like, yeah, nah, it's not gonna happen.
I don't even remember that episode.
Yeah, that was
maybe it was because it was that you like.
The musician guy that turned the guy into a pillow.
Violin.
Yeah. Homeboy kills 2 cops. Spoiler. Homeboy kills 2 cops with his bare fucking hands in like 2 seconds because Will goes outside and then comes back in and like the cops are dead. And I'm like, wow, like that is completely impossible. But anyway, I mean, like suspension of disbelief is one thing, but that just like completely topped. The whole show's really good until that one episode.
Renee, Hollywood magic.
I can't, and I know how to fight. I can't do that, right?
I remember that, and I was like, "Oh, this motherfucker's a ninja."
Yeah,
and then when he has to fight
Hannibal fight too was stupid. I'm like, where did this come from? Like,
nah, I'm sorry. I like the fact that Hannibal is he's a fucking ninja. He's an MAA fighter. Of course he is, because the motherfucker goes out to hunt and eat people. That makes more sense than Hannibal the movie, where it's an overweight, chubby therapist guy. Okay, this Hannibal would fuck you up.
Wait, stop. In the books, he's like a little old man. Like in the book, he's like a little old man. Like, have you seen what was it? Manhunter, right? Or Manhunter was the original one. That Michael Mann did.
Manhunter.
No, Manhunter. It's the original. They made a Hannibal Lecter movie in the 80s by the guy who did Miami Vice. It's called Manhunter, and it's basically an adaptation of Red Dragon. Like Red Dragon is a remake of that movie. So in that movie, the way they made him look, I think it's Brian Cox. He's supposed to be like that, like a little old man. He's supposed to be somebody that you don't suspect to be that evil. But he's not he's not like a fighter guy. Like he's just like an old man. Like he'll stab people, but he can't like, you know, fuck people up. So he's supposed to be more like the way Anthony Hopkins is in the movies. So then when you're watching the TV show, Hannibal like can fight. Like that episode 8, like that fight scene's crazy. And I'm
spoiler alert, he kicks more fucking ass during the rest of the season, by the way. Okay, motherfucker becomes Captain America. That shit is sexy.
All right,
I'm sorry. That shit is sexy.
Nah, like I
earn those meals, folks.
Yeah, wait.
That TV show made me go, I'm going to go read the book by the philosophy of Hannibal and like really get to know this guy.
The book's good.
Hopkins, right?
Yeah.
He scared me. He scared the shit out of me and was like, okay, a common, collective, intelligent person can be a crazy fucking psychopath and eat your brain. So I actually think both versions of Hannibal are amazing. I think they did a great job because you got two spectrums, and yet you did not lose Hannibal, even though they warped the spectrum. They didn't lose who Hannibal was.
Hannibal.
Yes.
Episode 210.
Cannibal the Hannibal. They never lost him in their changes, and I absolutely love that. That was delicious.
You should definitely check out Manhunter. If you're into Lecter and stuff, you should definitely check it out. Track it down. I think it's on one of the streaming services because I saw it pretty recently. It's actually really good. The other thing that I was wanting to talk about is Call of Duty Modern Warfare Season 4 drop. It's the beginning of summer, so the video game companies are starting to do the big sales. And I picked up Call of Duty. I haven't because I've been broke until pretty recently, and I picked up Call of Duty because it was on sale. Season 4 dropped yesterday, or today's Friday, so I guess technically today. It's a really good game. Anybody who hasn't really played it, which is like just me and like 2 other people on the planet, it plays a lot like the original Modern Warfare 2. It's a really good, fast, fun game. It's a return to what made Call of Duty Modern Warfare great to begin with. And I cannot believe how good this game is. It's really, really good. I've been playing it nonstop since last night. And what's the other thing? Oh, I picked up the 80th anniversary Joker special. I forgot what it's called. It's somewhere in my stuff. It's a really cool, like 100-page book of like the best Joker stories. I had the 50th one. I don't know if you guys remember that one from the 80s and 90s. It's like the greatest Joker stories ever told, but this is like another one, a more updated one with some like recent stuff. Nice. I'm not that big a fan of the recent stuff, but I'm going to read it just because it's in there. It's a really good book. I picked up the normal version. There's a hardcover version, but I just picked up the regular one. And yeah, that was it. I just kind of wanted to talk that and say that real quick.
Awesome. So what's good, Franny? What's going on?
Nothing.
Whole lot of nothing.
A whole lot of nothing.
And this is how you start the beginning of the podcast with a whole.
Seriously, I have no idea what to talk about. I finally finished my Deadpool, the Undead Presidents. Nice. I finished the entire series. That was so depressing. I was so sad when I was done. I was like, no. And I jumped right into my other one, and I ordered 2 more. Let me see. What else? I was watching Pirates of the Caribbean today and remembered how much I loved the first one. And that's about it.
Nice.
The end.
Fun. Okay, I guess as for me, like today, I got to go see music shows on the YouTubes, of course. You can't really go to actual venues to actually see a show, but I got to watch a bunch of awesome bands live. Well, quote unquote live on the YouTube. It was In Flames, Trivium, Lamb of God, and Megadeth, all on one show, and it was fucking fantastic, and I loved every fucking minute of it. So good, so much. Made me actually, want to actually wear a band shirt to actually, celebrate the actual live concert, and it was so much fucking fun. And they're all great bands. Like I've never seen Lamb of God or In Flames live, so seeing this on the TVs even though it wasn't necessarily live in front of me. It still felt really good, and it kind of left me wanting to go to a motherfucking show.
I saw Lamb of God live. I saw them live, and it was the first time I was like, oh, I'm not going into a mosh pit anymore. I was like, I survived enough. This time I'm just gonna drink my beer and stand outside the mosh pit. And it ended up being the first time that I ever got kicked and punched in the face.
At the same time.
At the same time. And I remember getting so enraged because first I got side kicked in the face and dropped my beer. And then I was like, what the fuck? And then I got punched in the side of the head.
So the other guy going, you're dropping the beer.
I pulled up my bandana that I always wear when I would jump into mosh pit because I had a lip ring. So I was always scared that someone would catch it and like just fuck up my face. Nice. So I pulled that shit up to my eyes and I jumped into the pit and just started swinging. And I punched one guy, and my friend Reno was there with me because, of course, I wouldn't go to a fucking, what was the corn festival? That fucking metal festival they used to have. You should not go there unattended.
Yeah, never go unattended.
He reached in to grab me just as the guy was turning around to see who rib checked him. And a full-blown fight blew up in the middle of the mosh pit. And I was like, yeah, Lamb of God! That's my boy was pulling me out of the thing. Because he wanted to check my face. And I was like, damn it! Because like the crowd was massive. It was like an ocean of people. And we were in the front by the stage. So him dragging me out was a mission. And then I wanted to go right back in. And he was like, nah, we're going to watch from here. I was like, fuck you, man. I'm okay. If I'm not bleeding, I'm okay. And that was my experience, Steve. I had to share it because, like, they're amazing live.
That's fair.
They are amazing.
Yeah. That stream was really cool. Megadeth, it was a show from 2017 in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And it was it was a pro live set. So it sounded amazing. Like Megadeth is one of my favorite bands. I've been into them since I was a kid, and like I've seen them so many times.
Yeah, and, I only seen them
so good. Dude, I've seen them at least 10 times. They're so good on that set, dude. Like I really want to see them when they come around.
Yeah, the only time I saw them was for the Big Four.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, so I was there. Yankee Stadium. Woo!
Yeah, word. Oh, Yankee Stadium. Watch that, and then I also I watched some other shit. Watch the Bruce Lee 30 for 30, the Be Water. And that shit was fucking great. I've always been a fan of Bruce Lee shit, and actually seeing a documentary based on him was fucking good. And you know, I give props to ESPN for doing some really awesome fucking things because they're fucking great. I'm not into a lot of the sports balls and shit, but
did you just say sports balls?
Yeah, exactly what I said.
Episode 210, sports balls.
but seeing them actually put together like a really, really good detailed documentary on, you know, one of my childhood heroes, I guess, in a way. It was good to see. And it made me feel good. It makes me want to, you know, go back and jump into a dojo somewhere.
Yeah, man. Yo, dude, I
you can go to a pit and get punched in the face at the same time.
Right. Get side kicked in the face and then punched in the temple.
And then Steve goes, I'm living.
Steve's lost a lot of weight. Like, he's lost like a Kardashian in weight. So, like, I want to get him fighting shape because I got all the gear. I used to train boxing and I do boxing, so I have all the stuff that I need to do. I can't do kicks.
Oh my God, we're gonna make Steve a killer. Fuck yes. Oh my God, we're gonna see Patreon and everything now. Nice, Steve is going to become the Russian bear.
Steve's a good I'm the killer. He's too nice. I gotta, you know, but like he's lost a lot of weight and I want him to like kind of, you know. So yeah, like watching that Bruce Lee thing pumped him up.
Yeah, it really did. It made me feel like. Made me feel like water.
I can see Steve's version now. Like Steve's gonna be like, be water, get frozen, turn into ice, and throw it at somebody.
Be like Sub-Zero. Yeah.
Finish him.
I feel inspired like that every time I see Black Widow.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I want to do that. I want to be able to wrap around a dude like a snake, slam his ass to the ground, and then punch him in the face. And then
This is for the mosh pit.
and then just walk away. Be like, what? What? I said I got the check, bitch.
And after she punches him, she just goes, "Lamb of God."
Pretty much.
Call me.
Then I also watched Angel Has Fallen, which was okay. Yeah, it was okay. It wasn't like anything, amazing, but I kind of wanted to, stick with the whole trilogy of it all, and it wasn't the best one out of the three, but yeah, it was okay.
Was it like one of those movies that it was just done because they were just like, well, the first two were good. Let's just see if we can do a third one.
Yeah, I think so.
So. Let's milk it for all it's got. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it. Fuck!
Yeah, and they milked it like a cow. Like, yeah.
That they never fed it grass or anything like that. So just give me whatever milk you got left.
All the GMOs. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the probiotics. I remember now. I saw a movie that I would like to quickly talk about.
Okay.
If you're done, Steve, I'll
well, I'm not completely done, but I gotta.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. So I watched that one. I also watched a couple comedy specials. I watched the Brendan Schaub special. He's used to be an MMA fighter and he became a comedian. And that was actually really good. That's on Amazon Prime. And then also on Amazon Prime is Gina Brion. She's also on the Netflix, is on the Amazon Prime, and she's actually really damn good. She's from the Bronx too. So check out her special. Her special is The Floor is Lava. That's on the Amazon Prime.
I used to play that game.
Yeah. So she talks about that game because it's one of the good games that you don't need any type of toys or anything.
I used to play that and the Temple of Doom. I would have to pretend that the floor had to step in certain places or I'd get killed. That was good times, man. Good times.
Yeah.
Instead of a rolling boulder, it's a parent going, "Stop your shit!" with the belt, and you're running. No. And it makes it worse than when they start pulling out the sandal, or I'm sorry, the chancleta. Oh shit, this is serious, and you start running more faster and faster.
Exactly.
No, it was more like I had my cousins throw sharpened pencils at me. And
what
then
the fuck is wrong with you? I want to make it.
At 6 years old, I wanted realism.
And then when I get stuck on you, whatever. Ow! I can use this for the test later in kindergarten.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's pretty much it. Check out Gina Brion's special. Check out Brendan Schaub's special. Both of them are really good. Both on Amazon Prime. And Franny, what else did you have?
Oh, I rewatched Chernobyl. I don't know if you guys seen it.
Oh, that's really good. That is really good.
Yeah, I rewatched it because I heard that Chernobyl was on fire and the radiation monitors around Chernobyl started going off, and that's how they found out it was on fire. So I was like, yay, end of the world. And I rewatched that.
Now that thing is covered up, though. Like, now it's like,
well,
there's a whole
2 weeks
big thing
ago,
covering it.
there was a fire it was on fire. Yeah. So I did that. But what I wanted to talk about was I found a zombie movie. I think it's on Hulu. I can't remember because it was like 3:00 in the morning. That's why I forgot. I can't sleep. I finished a bottle of gin. I'm not doing so good, guys. So I remember it was called Rabid. And it was very interesting.
Yeah.
You seen it? You seen it? Yeah. I thought it was very interesting because it was a different take, and I got a kick out of those when they take the zombie idea and they make it their own. So it also kind of felt like an Outer Limits kind of.
That's the one with the model, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The fashion designer.
Mm-hmm.
And her model step. Yeah, her model stepsister. It has to do with stem cells. And what I loved the most, without it dropping any serious spoilers, because I think everyone should watch it, they took the idea of 48 hours. They took the idea of 48 hours right? And they took the zombie idea, kind of, and like when they were doing the chemicals in like Return of the Living Dead, where they had the whole chemistry people just fucking with zombie like things. They took those two ideas and they made a baby with it. And they came up with this with a little sprinkle of Resident Evil.
Nice.
Yeah, in terms of their biological mutation of the virus kind of concept. And then they threw in some fashion models. Oh, the makeup was fucking amazing. I was just like blown away because it's low budget. It definitely is a straight to DVD kind of movie. So when the makeup and all the gore and stuff started happening, I was very, very impressed. So it is definitely a must see. It's called Rabid.
Nice. Fuck yeah.
I think I saw it on Amazon Prime. I think.
I don't remember. It's on one of them. Hulu, Amazon. It's definitely not on Netflix because Netflix has seriously dropped the ball with their horror movies, and I've watched all the good ones that they had on there multiple times. I'm kind of over
Amazon has a ton of good horror. Amazon has a lot, dude. Amazon has a lot of horror. Like really good stuff.
I've gone through most of it. Now I got to start paying or watch the really bad B-rated ones, like the real bad. Like holy shit, I need a friend. But yeah, there you go. I remember.
You man.
Are you from Brooklyn or the Bronx?
I'm from the Bronx.
Okay, the way you say remember is cracking me up.
Garbage is my other one.
Where in the Bronx are you from?
The white part.
The accent's cracking me up. That's why.
My accent? I have an accent? That's crazy.
Mm-hmm. We all do. We just don't notice it, but we all do.
Exactly. We all have an accent. It's fun though. It's
fun.
I don't hear it, so it's not fun for me. But yes, accents like Australian accents.
Of course you're not gonna hear it. Everyone else is gonna hear it.
Those are
but
hot.
think, yeah. Listen, Steve and Renee are in Florida, so they don't hear the New Yorican accent like that anymore. So when they hear it, it's like New York.
It's like
You'd be surprised.
New York South. This is New York South. They have a Yankee Stadium here. Like this Steinbrenner Stadium's like down the block. Like you hear, like half this place is New Yorkers, and what's fucked up is that they hate us. Like they're like, oh, go back to New York, Yankee. And I'm like, go fuck yourself. Yeah. Like we pay for we built this place up. If it wasn't for us, it'd be a fucking swamp.
Yeah,
go fuck yourself.
If it wasn't for you, you're cool, you New Yorkers or whatever.
I hate this part of Florida, dude. Like I lived in Miami for a year after I left New York. After I escaped from New York, I went to Miami for a year, and I bounced all over the country. But I came back here thinking that like Tampa and Orlando were like Miami, and they're really not. Like it's really like backwards. It's very southern, not like what I was expecting. Because Southern Florida is completely different. And Southern Florida feels like New York City on the beach. If that like that part of Florida makes sense the way New York makes sense, like it's really hard to explain, but this part of Florida,
it's kind of funny how
it's like I think of Florida and I think that's where old people go to die and babies get eaten by crocodiles and the bird cage. That's all I know.
Yeah, all right. So I lived where the bird cage is. I live down there. Like that's completely different. Like here, nah, there's no bird cage up here. But like down there is in Miami. Yeah, it's fun.
Well, good.
But yeah.
So speaking of fun,
list me. I'm ready.
Yeah, it's time for the ranker list. Yay! One of the fun parts of the episode, even though most episodes are pretty fun in general. And this week's ranker list is a fun one because it's about stuff that we're into, like most of the time, of course. This week's list is talking about the best alien movies ever made. Yes, so we're gonna go over the top 10 alien movies that are ever made. Actually, no, let's do the top 15 for this one because a lot of these are kind of self-explanatory.
Like each one of us has to do 15.
No. We're gonna go one at a time.
Okay.
We're gonna see where your choices land on the top 15. So we're gonna go with Alex. You give us your first choice for the best alien movies ever made. Okay.
Come on, Alex.
I don't know if it was like aliens though per se, but I think it is. Battery's not included.
Battery's not included. That is not in the top 10.
It is an aliens movie though.
Yeah, it is an aliens movie, but it's not in the
Cute
top 10.
aliens. They're cute aliens.
Yeah, they're adorable. Franny.
Aliens.
Aliens is number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
I honestly thought that's what you were gonna say first, Alex, because that's what it sounded
Yep,
like.
and I was on the edge of my seat going, don't take my aunt, don't take my aunt, don't take mine, don't take mine.
No, but you know, I don't know. It's not even that. It was just for whatever reason, how you mentioned alien movies or whatever, and for whatever reason, I saw a clip of that earlier today, so that was the only reason why that was on my mind.
Okay, that's fair.
Thank
That's
you,
fair.
Clip.
Renee, what's your next one? What's the next choice?
The clip went said, "Go fuck yourself."
I'm guessing there's another aliens movie on that list, right? Like aliens. Like there's another one. Or they just pick aliens, like as a franchise.
Is that your choice, Alien?
No. I mean, it's one of them because I like the original one a lot, but I don't want to repeat myself. So I don't want to repeat an answer that somebody took. I'll say They Live for mine for one of them.
They Live is actually a really good one, but that is not in the top 10 or in the top 15 either.
Oh, wow.
Fuck that list.
Go ahead, say it.
It wasn't the list from last week, though. It wasn't the list from last week, though.
It
What was the list last week?
B-rated horror movies?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Alex, what's yours?
Predator.
God damn it!
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a great one, and that's number 3. That's number 3.
I'm just saying, Franny gets number 1, I get number 3. Not bad. And if someone goes Predator 2, go fuck yourself. That one got me pissed.
I love that movie. That movie's really good.
I love that one.
No, I'm just saying. No. I listen. It's not a bad movie, but it gets me mad. Arnold Schwarzenegger, fucking Commando, barely scrapes by, and yet Danny Glover had an easier time. Fuck that, man.
You know why? Because it was a totally different Predator.
Yeah.
This Predator was new. This Predator was new. He was like, I think I can do this. I can hunt. I can hunt. Yeah, you can do it. You can do it, sport. You can do it. Go kill those humans.
He was C-class. He was a C-class Predator that was like, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna go to the city, and I'm gonna take somebody out.
But I won't kill a pregnant lady.
They don't hold no threat.
The fuck? Okay.
That's the alien right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Stop talking about the movies.
Yeah, pretty much. Franny, what's your choice?
Terminator.
Ooh, Terminator. Let me
Not
see.
aliens.
Yeah, you're right. It is an alien movie. No,
Okay,
no.
all right. Hold on. Species.
Wow,
That's a good one.
that's a very sexy one. And no, that is not on. That's not even in the top 20.
You know what really gets me when it comes to Species? I remember it was like, damn, she's hot. And then right when after the guy did her, she got super pregnant right away. It's just like, is that how it happens? No.
I rewatched it recently and was like, oh, okay. So it wasn't my imagination. This is a soft porn.
Yeah, it really is.
That's a record list for next week. It's so softcore porn of sci-fi movies.
Basically. Renee, what's your next choice?
Alien movies. Let me think. You guys. Oh man. Shit. I gotta think about it. District 9. That's one.
District 9 is on the list. It's actually, the funny thing is actually number 9.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah,
That's hilarious.
yeah, it makes sense. It fits.
Cheeky list. That list is so cheeky.
It really is. It really is.
It's like, I see what they did there.
Alex, what's yours?
This one's a joke answer, but at the same time, I do gotta say, just for the fuck of it, Lilo and Stitch.
Wow. Yeah, that makes sense. It's actually it fits, but yeah, you're right. It is a joke answer, and it is not on the list.
It'd be hilarious if it was. It's like it's number 10. Like what?
Yeah, that would have been nice, but unfortunately, no. Sorry, sir.
No, I already knew that it wasn't gonna be on that list.
Franny, what's yours? What's your next one?
Starship Troopers.
Ooh, Starship Troopers. It is not in the top 10.
Garbage.
You know what's funny though? It is actually number 18. If we're gonna
That should be higher.
It should be.
That is such a classic.
It is. Renee, what's the next one?
That's I'm like blanking on these movies, dude.
Shame.
You guys pick like the good ones, so it's like.
Oh, there's still plenty more.
Yeah, I just think the ones that you.
I think out of the Alien franchise, as much as Aliens, the second one is considered the best one. I think the first one's the best one because it's like a straight up horror movie, and it completely changed horror movies for the rest of everything. So the Alien.
Okay, Alien is number 2 on the list.
That is hilarious. The top 2, whatever, is like we can't decide.
Yeah. So Alien, you did good. You did good, Renee. Alex, what is your next one?
Attack the Block.
What?
Attack the Block.
Attack the Block is fucking great, but no, that is not in the top 10 or the top 15.
Franny, go ahead. Say the magic words, please. All right, fine. I'll play Franny right now. Garbage.
I believe Franny is
in limbo.
Around, possibly.
Oh, sorry. I was talking this entire time. I didn't know it was on mute.
Good job.
She's screaming to Mike. Garbage. Why can't they fucking hear me?
That's funny.
Neighborhood Watch.
Wow.
That was so
that was
great.
a fun one. That was a fun one.
Is that the name of it, or is it just called Neighborhood? I don't remember. But that's
I think it's there. Neighborhood Watch. Neighborhood Watch. Yeah.
That's not on there. Garbage. Fucking garbage. Oh, I got one more.
Well, we can wait for the next round for that one.
Okay. I thought this was the last one.
And then when they say it, you're just gonna hear "son of a bitch."
Right? God damn it.
What's number 7?
Okay, Alex. No, Renee, it's your turn.
Renee.
John Carpenter's The Thing.
Ooh, John Carpenter's The Thing is number 12.
And that's a really good movie too.
Fuck yeah, it is.
You bastard.
What's our next guess?
Wait, what you say?
That was my guess.
The one I said?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that movie, man. Like that's one of my favorite movies of all time.
Yeah. So
I still have the action figure. I still have the action figure back home in the Bronx. I found it when I was up there, actually.
Oh, nice. Was it McFarlane?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah. I still have it.
That's awesome. So we're gonna go over one last round, and then I'll give up the last the whole 15. So Alex, what's your last choice?
The one that a lot of children loved back when I was a child, E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
E.T. the Extraterrestrial. That is on the list. I believe it is number. Where'd it go?
Maybe funny 15.
It is on the list, but it's actually way further down.
Wow. Yeah, I would have figured
number 17. There we go. Number 17. I knew I saw it. But yeah, it's number 17.
No, but it just makes me laugh. Like, I can see right now, like, damn, the one where a lot of people just like, I would love to meet an alien. And then you see all the scary movies, like, I don't want to fucking meet an alien now.
Yeah, I don't want to be better.
I used to leave Reese's Pieces all around my fucking house from the door to my bedroom after watching that movie. No one ever showed up.
And then when Franny got a cut, she's like, there's not an alien that's going to say fucking, ow.
I was like, where the fuck is this alien? This movie's a lie.
Feelings.
Franny, what's your next choice, Franny?
The Faculty.
Ooh. That's a fun one. That is not in the top 10 or the
Garbage!
top 15 either.
Garbage. This list is fuck garbage.
That has to be my ringtone, man. That's hilarious.
Go ahead, Franny. Say it again. Garbage. And then he was like, "Oh, go ahead. Send me a text now." Okay. Garbage. Oh, hey.
Do I get royalties for that? Because bitches be broke out here.
I need to support my aviation gin addiction.
I seriously think I got
I'll get
a problem. Oh, thank you. I'll send you my address right now.
But we won't shout out where she's from because the stalkers.
Yes.
Franny, what's your final choice, Franny?
I gotta pick another one. That was kind of it. Okay, I have another one. It's not my favorite, but I don't know. No, it has to do with that's genetic stuff. All right, hold on. Another alien movie. Predator 2? Why not? I love that movie.
No, that's not in the top 10.
All right. I put everything into the faculty and the thing, and someone took that from me.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
I'm not trying to point any fingers, Renee.
Renee, what's the last one? What's your last choice for today?
One that I actually really like, and I was shocked because I can't stand this motherfucker. Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, that's a good one.
I've never seen that.
It's really good. Like, I hate Tom Cruise, but that movie's fucking awesome. Like, it's really, really good.
It's really good. It's really fun.
Like, up there. Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out, man. It's really, really good.
Yeah, I just hate the fact that they changed the title again.
Yeah. Live or die something every day or another day.
Live, rinse, repeat.
Live, die, repeat.
Yeah. Like, they've been trying to make a sequel to that for like years, but it's really, really good.
All right, so no, that is not on the list either.
Fuck that list. No.
So here we go for
Franny?
the list. Here we go. At number 15, we have Total Recall.
God damn it!
That's
I
a good
can't
one.
believe I didn't bring. Yep, that's a good one.
And we mentioned. I mentioned the Arnold movie. I could have thought about that one. It was
Right?
like a remake.
Is horrible.
To Moz.
Yeah, the remake is
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna say right now, like we had one Arnold movie, and then the other one with the
Number 14. Number 14, we have Pitch Black.
Ooh, that's good.
That's a good one. Number 13, we have Stargate. Number 12, we have The Thing. Number 11, we have Star Wars Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. Number 10, we have Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one. Number 9, we have District 9. Number 8, we have Independence Day.
I didn't mention that movie because I'm really not crazy about it, and I was hoping it was at the bottom of the list.
Okay.
No, but since Will Smith gave up his life so we could have our freedom,
He didn't do
Thank
it.
you.
It was the other guy.
Shut up. In my mind, it's fucking Will Smith.
It's Chevy Chase's cousin or some shit. It's Eddie. It's Eddie from National
Fuck that.
Lampoon.
I was gonna joke around saying I'm gonna mention an actor that probably wasn't in it. It was like, no, it was fucking Gary Busey. That's why he looks like this now.
Number 7. Number 7 is Men in Black, another Will Smith movie. Number 6, we have Episode 4 of Star Wars, which is A New Hope. Number 5, we have Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. Number 4, we have The Fifth Element. Then number 3.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one. I love fucking
I love that movie. It's so good.
Number 5, we have Predator. Number 2, we have Alien. Number 1, we have Aliens. And that is the entire ranker list. It was a fun list. I enjoyed that list a lot. And you guys did a really good job with them. Because, of course, you guys had...
What makes me laugh is I was thinking, Star Wars had to be on that list somewhere, but I was like, I left it for for the other obvious ones, for the actual fans of it.
True.
It was on my mind, like, because Empire Strikes Back is my favorite movie. I mean, my arm is literally like a Star Wars thing, but I just didn't want to add it because it's like too easy.
Yeah.
No, I
yeah.
get you. No, I get you.
I don't think aliens when I think Star Wars.
Well,
But I mean, that's what it is. Like they're all aliens.
Yeah, it's out of space. You know,
they're not
It's
humans.
It's mostly clones. I mean, Java wasn't it like the I don't know. The main characters were not. I just don't think aliens. I guess when I think a movie that's based on aliens is like the main characters, and when I think Star Wars, I just think of a war in space. I don't think I don't go straight to the aliens. I don't think
I think of,
Star Wars. Yeah, I think sci-fi.
No, it's valid.
Like how I went to Terminator. Once then I was like, oh wait, no, that's a sci-fi. So like for me, that goes in there. So I kind of feel like that makes this list garbage. That's cheating. There's other movies that could have been in that space that actually their main premise was literally about aliens and not a fight for the galactic union of space.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm just
I
saying.
think Franny needs a drink.
Yeah, word.
I'm actually not drinking. I haven't.
That makes a whole lot of sense now.
I'm kind of hurt at that comment right now. Who the fuck are you?
I am a broke bitch.
Yeah, and I'm not smoking either, so that's a huge thing.
Right, I'm too scared to smoke. The coronavirus.
What?
Yeah, I gotta smoke outside. I can't smoke inside, and I don't have a porch or fire escape or anything.
Yeah, we have the balcony here, so we just kind of chill. I do. Steve doesn't smoke.
And now everyone in my neighborhood is outside, and no one is wearing a mask all of a sudden. So I'm like, wow, okay, I'm gonna stay home.
Remember, after everything that happened or whatever the hell, it just seems like everyone forgot. Oh, there's still a pandemic.
Right, I'm waiting for the second wave to hit. I'm stacking up on toilet paper and water as we speak.
It's starting to hit here, so
yeah, so much fun, so exciting.
Yeah.
Speaking of fun and exciting, I got to listen to some music this week, which will lead us to the mid song, and I went way back into the crates, digging into the crates, and found an album that I haven't heard in almost 20 years. And I was super fucking excited to hear it because this album, actually, I listened to this album with Charlie and Alex way back in the day when we had a HMV that we could actually go into and actually listen to music there and enjoy music before you
Coconuts, Virgin, that you can listen to the albums before you want to buy it.
Yeah. So this is one of the first times that I actually got to listen to a metal album other than like the big metal bands or whatever. And the band that I'm talking about is Probot. Probot is, for those that don't know, is a band that was mostly Dave Grohl.
That shit is like 20 years old already. It's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that album. That album was really good.
Yeah, the album was fantastic. Dave Grohl did all the fucking instruments on the album, and he just had a bunch of different features on it, a bunch of different featured singers from different bands, including fucking Lemmy and fucking Max Cavalera and so many fucking people. Corey Taylor wasn't on that album.
It wasn't? I thought he was.
No, he wasn't. King Diamond is on there. Fucking so many fucking people.
Jack Black.
Jack Black was on the hidden track.
Too. That song is awesome too.
Yeah, it is fucking great. So yeah, I was into that. I was like, oh my god, I just like gives me goosebumps listening to it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna play it for the mid song for this week. So why the fuck not?
You just reminded me. Do you remember the hidden track at the end of the album?
Yeah,
that's a Jack Black song.
Yeah, Jack Black.
Yeah.
Oh man!
If you go on Spotify and the streaming services, it's not hidden anymore. So you can just look for it. Like
because they don't want to have like fucking like 5 minutes of nothingness in there.
It's a really, really, really good album ahead of its time. The reason why Slipknot's not on it is because this was before Slipknot blew up. I think this came out maybe the same time that first Slipknot album came out. That shit is old, dude. Like
this is
really good.
No, I know I'm confusing with somebody else. That's why. Well, the song that was really good in that was I think was it Peter Steele that was on one of that tracks, if I remember correctly?
Nope, Peter Steele wasn't on it.
Yo, I am confusing it with like no, you know I'm thinking like I am confusing it with something else. Like, cause like I listened to that. Dude, at the time, Steve and I, we would like listen to a whole bunch of different shit, man.
Yeah, we would always go on our lunch breaks because, of course, we used to go to school right down the block from there. So we used to go on a lunch break and we just sit there for fucking hours, just fucking chilling there, listening to shit. Yeah. So the song that I'm going to be playing is the second song on the album, and that's Red War, which features Max Cavalera from fucking Cavalera Conspiracy. And
Soulfly,
and
Killer Be Killed.
Yeah, so many fucking bands. He's been around for fucking ever.
Original Sepultura.
Original Sepultura, exactly. And yeah, it's fucking dope. So check it out. And we'll be right back.
The sign of the cross I carried you on. The Khyber Pass where no one rests. Hold my head up, the Judah Lion. 12 tribes in the mountains of Zion. Babylon fall and Red War will come. Babylon fall. Red War.
All right, we are back. That was so much fun. I fucking love that song.
Oh, it was, dude. Oh, so yeah, so I wrote you, in between the song that I was thinking about Roadrunner United. That was another good album too.
Oh yeah, that was a great fucking album too. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, like Robot.
Yeah, that's why I was like confusing it, because I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like, because I was just like, I'm confusing the two, because I was like, these all had like different vocalists and all this stuff. But what I liked about Roadrunner United was that they had like different people that were signed, past and present, from Roadrunner, that that they collaborated together, like people that never collaborated before, and they had a lot of good shit too.
Oh yeah, they did.
And I had the brain fart, and I was confusing the two in my fucking head.
It's okay. It's okay. We all have brain farts sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So time to get into
Yeah.
some geek shit. We've
Yeah,
had a bunch
alcohol.
of shit this week. Yeah, I guess. We had a whole bunch of geek shit this week. A lot of the things that happened was actually really interesting because we got some new releases as far as video game shit, because they started doing a weird version of E3 in a way, and Renee will be going over the E3 stuff.
Yeah, so since I'm the one that does all the video game stuff, I mean, we used to have another show before, but that's kind of on a hiatus. Can you guys hear me? Because
Yeah, we got you.
Yeah, so E3 this year has been canceled because of the virus stuff, and what they're doing is they're doing it all online. So like from, I guess, this past Monday, to like at middle of June, there's gonna be a bunch of like video things and a bunch of live streams about like everything coming out at the end of the year or next year. Can you guys hear the like noise in the background? Yeah, somebody's like got a lot of noise.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Start over. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, so E3 is gonna be like a online thing with like streaming stuff and all that kind of thing. And it's been pretty cool. Like I didn't realize that it started this week, but I've been watching kind of what's been coming out. Yesterday was the big Sony PlayStation 5 PS5 reveal, and it was interesting for a lot of reasons. Not all of them good. It was a weird presentation. We all knew that the PS5 was coming, but we just kind of didn't know what to expect. And usually at E3, they kind of just show everything video game. E3 is like a big video game convention thing every year that we're like, everyone kind of sets out what they're going to do for the next year or 2 years, depending on what games they're talking about. And yeah, so Sony came out with the PS5 stuff yesterday. And for me, it was cool, but like really lackluster, very underwhelming. It was really flashy. The games, they look great. Like that's one thing. Like everything that they showed looks really, really, really good. But at the same time, they did some things that they shouldn't have done, and they kind of like left a lot of stuff out too, which is really, really kind of like didn't make any sense. But it's crazy times, man. 2020 is a year of nothing making sense. So it's we'll see what happens when the PS5 comes out. It's still supposed to come out in November. They said they're not going to delay it, so it's supposed to be coming out for holiday season 2020. Of course, they talked about the games. There's about 20 games are going to be available at the launch, and most of them are going to be Sony exclusives, which that's a really cool part. But the thing is, a lot of those games, they didn't look, nothing really like stood out for me, but it's more so that like I'm not a fan of some of the games that they were talking about. But even still, man, it's a really, really weird lineup they're going to be coming out. First off, one of the first games that they showed was Spider-Man Miles Morales. Now, it looks really cool, and it's going to be starring Miles Morales, who's like the ultimate Spider-Man, and it was star of the Into the Spider-Verse, which is great. But it's not even a real sequel. It's a remaster, remake of the Spider-Man PS4 game. A great game, but most of us have already played that game already, and that game's 2 years old already. So it's like, okay, we're going to get another remake and remaster of a 2-year-old game. Yeah, it might not be worth $60, $65 to play that game again. Like even though it's a great game, it's just not really. We want a full sequel. We don't want like a remake with some extra stuff. We want a real sequel to that game because that's what we don't want. GTA 5 again. They have another version of Grand Theft Auto 5 coming out on the PS5, which is cool. Like if you haven't played GTA 5, which I don't know who hasn't played it, it's a great game. One of the best Rockstar games ever made. But there's already remasters of that game on the PS4 and the Xbox One. Those games are what? Dude, GTA 5 is like 6 years old already. There's no need to remake that game anymore. The other game was next we had Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which is a huge, huge game. A great third-person game. I haven't had a chance to play the first one, but it's a really, really good game. The sequel looks amazing. This time the story takes place in North America. The first game took place in Europe, and it's a future story. It's really, really cool. Look it up. I don't know that much about it. I just know that it's a future game, and it's in a world where like machines took over and they kind of mutate and they turn into like animal versions. They're like robotic animal versions of these things running around, and like this girl has to kind of like save her like part of the world, and it's just a really cool game. But like I haven't played it, so I can't really talk about it. The other one that was cool was the next game was Ratchet and Clank. Forgot the whole name of it, but it's gonna be the next Ratchet and Clank game is gonna be on the PS5. Looks great. There's a Sackboy game, the little dude from Little Big Planet. He's got a game that's gonna be coming out. Resident Evil. Yeah, it looks really cool. It's like it looks a lot like the Mario games that have been coming out lately, like that kind of platforming, but with Sackboy. Looks really cool, really fun. Resident Evil Village, that game looks really good. This time instead of regular zombies, it's gonna be werewolves and zombies. So, but that game looked really, really, really good. And the last game that really kind of caught my eye was Gran Turismo.
Nice. I haven't played Gran Turismo.
The new Gran Turismo is gonna be really good. They showed some footage, man. It looked like better than real life, if that's even possible. Now for the bad stuff, the bad stuff about this was that, excuse me, the echo is like throwing me off. But the bad thing about the whole Sony PS5 presentation was the fact that one, they didn't really talk about the price. Like they didn't mention the price at all. I think that right now in 2020, I think it's a really, really bad time for us to be spending a lot of money on stuff that we don't really need. And they need to make these systems affordable. And what they've been saying is that the rumor's been that the system's going to be anywhere from $400 on the really low side to maybe $800 on the more expensive side. And that's just $800. Like a system costing more than $600 now is not smart, and I don't think it's a really good idea for them to do that. That's like rent for a lot of people. Like an $800 purchase is big for most people on any regular year. In 2020, the year of the virus, it's an even bigger expense. So I don't think that's a good idea. Everyone's worried because they didn't say the price, so that's a big deal. I personally don't like the look of it. It looks like a giant router that you have to kind of put on the side. It's a nice looking system, but I think the design of it was very underwhelming. The boomerang controller looks pretty cool. They showed some other accessories. They showed this like really cool like charging thing and like the regular remote. The wireless headset that's specifically made for the PS5 looks really nice. Everything that Sony makes for the PlayStation systems tends to be really good and really works really well. So I'm not too worried about that. But like I said, the price of it is what's made a lot of people nervous, and I think rightfully so. For the most part, like I said, I think it was a kind of like meh kind of thing. When you see the games in action and you see how good they look, it does catch your eye, and it's a really good introduction to the next generation of video games. But for what they're going to be charging, like, for the fact that we're going to have to buy a whole new system, the games that they showed yesterday, they're not worth paying that much money for a new system right now. I think Sony should have worked a little bit more and kind of maybe waited another year. And definitely, if they're going to make a system that's going to cost more than $600, they have to make better games, and they have to be new games, not just sequels. Because the new games that they're making don't look like they don't look like they're going to be great games. Like that's just the honest truth. Like they look interesting, but they're just not like nothing really wowed me. Like other than the Spider-Man game and the Horizon Zero Dawn stuff, nothing else really like made me go, wow, I want to buy this on day one. Really curious to see what Microsoft and Xbox come out with later in the year. And yeah, that was the PS5.
I heard Xbox is going to look like a tiny mini fridge.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Like a box. The thing is, the Xbox is not going to have a disk drive, so it's automatically going to be cheaper than the PS5. So yeah, I mean, right now I'm thinking of getting the Xbox before I get before I get anything Sony. Because right now, like I don't see myself buying a system that's going to be that much. It doesn't have that many games.
Right. I'm an Xbox girl, so
I mean,
I was
I have
already
everything.
looking at Xbox.
What's the joke from 40-year-old virgin? I have more video games than a Japanese teenager. Like I have like every system, and I have like old systems too. So I have like every single video game you could ever want. Yeah, like I want the PlayStation to be great because like the PlayStation is a really good system, and Sony has a great history with those video games. But for right now, yeah, like it looks like the Xbox is going to come out of the gate, kind of like leading the pack. So we'll see what happens.
Sweet. Awesome. Thank you, man. Thank you for filling us in, because I would have had no fucking idea, because like I don't really pay much attention to the video games and shit anymore.
Yeah, like it's weird, man. Like I've been so stressed out and like just kind of dealing with a lot of stuff, and video games have been my escape. Like I've been playing a bunch of stuff. Xbox has the Netflix for video games, and I've been playing a lot of stuff on there. And then, like I said, I got Call of Duty this week, and I've just been like loving that shit. And yeah, like video games are a huge thing now, and they're a big deal. And I think it's about time. So I'm just really happy with what's coming out. But yeah, the PS5 is like for me just not worth picking up. Like I said, very underwhelming presentation. And yeah, I'll see what happens with the rest of the year.
Awesome.
Oh, I wanted to answer your question, saying like about the pricing and everything like that, right? What I was gonna say is that most people that got the stimulus check that didn't spend it, they were like, the ones that were trying to save it. Oh, that's my PlayStation money.
Was anyone able to save money? Like,
Nah, son, that shit gone.
Yeah,
that shit gone.
Down here,
a lot
like,
of it went to
job,
bills.
When the stimulus package hit at my job, it was just like everybody who got that check like went to go get like hookers and blow. It was hilarious.
Wow,
I just a fun time. I just bought a shit ton of gin and I've drunken half of it already.
we got beds. Like I was sleeping on the floor for like 8 months, so I had to get a bed.
Steve got a bed. I got one of those air cooling units. The poor man's AC.
Yeah.
Yo, that shit's amazing, man.
The ones they make now are really good.
All I gotta do is pour 2 gallons of cold water and I'm set.
I'm in the Arctic.
Crazy. I fucking love that. And like I have a cooling gel in my bed, so I just point that bitch right directly at my bed. Crispy sheets. It's beautiful.
Is your floor really lava? What the fuck?
Yes, it is. It started with the fake game and then it became real.
Yo, that memory foam, yo, you don't get the cooling gel, it gets hot.
Yeah, true.
I just like cold sheets. I like to be cold and cozy at the same time. So I saw a mattress that came with cooling gel, and I was like, yes.
That's fair. So I guess we can get into some more shit. Franny, you said you had something.
Yes. Remember in the last episode, I briefly touched on rumors about how like Evil Dead was being talked about.
Yes.
So it's not the TV show; it's a movie.
Okay.
Bruce Campbell is not coming back. He said no, sorry, not happening. And so the director is supposed to be the director-writer. It's supposed to be a mashup with him and, of course, Remy. There we go. And he handpicked the writer and director of a movie called The Hole in the Ground, which I'm going to go and check out and judge accordingly. And his name is Lee Cornyn. That's the only movie they have listed here that he's done. I haven't IMDb'd him yet because I'm still taking in the news that it's not going to be a new season of Ash vs. Evil Dead. It's going to be a movie. The title, as of right now, is Evil Dead Now. Wow, creative. So there's nothing else really mentioned about it. It's not supposed to be linked to the other remake that came out in like a couple years ago, 2015, with the junkie chick that was visually stunning, but kind of just
I gotta see that again. I like that movie a lot, actually.
Enjoyed it.
You know what took me out of it was their contact lenses, man. He wants to talk about Hannibal Lecter not being realistic, kicking ass in 2 seconds in a room with 2 cops. That's how I felt about this Evil Dead. I'm like, oh shit, yes, you cut off that arm, and then she looks directly at the camera, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck are you wearing?
I gotta see it again, man.
You got Party City contacts. Everything is fucking boss, and you get Party City contacts. Get out of my face. But the only thing I really loved was, of course, all the gory scenes where she cuts her face and she saws off her arm, and then the fight at the end. Everything else was So I'm sorry. The coolest thing was the ending when the entire theater became red like blood because it was raining.
Yeah.
That was so hot. The only thing worth the remake is the ending. Anyway, it's not connected to that. It's supposed to be more connected to the original franchise.
Okay.
So I'm very curious as to where they're going with this. I need to check out this guy's movie before I start like really hacking away at this decision. But I was really disappointed to find out that they didn't go in the rumored direction. They went completely sideways, and it's going to be a movie, and it's going to be only partnered with the original dudes and written by somebody else. So
okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. So the episode will be completely titled Party City Contacts.
I love it. He's like, I love it, just not Franny.
Franny just liked the closing. They were able to close. They were hot and cold the entire movie, but they closed like a champ.
Well, so at least somebody knows how to close it, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Us.
Yeah. So.
And that is all. I have spoken. That's all I got today.
Awesome. Thank you, Franny. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Something that came out this week that was kind of interesting in a way because, of course, we still haven't seen the Batman yet. And, of course, things have been delayed and shit. But there's been rumors, and not just rumors, but the fact that Matt Reeves is actually looking to cast a new Joker for the Batman. But not necessarily for the Batman, but for its sequels. So we may be seeing a new Joker for the Batman sequels, which is kind of interesting because, of course, we've seen so many different versions of the Joker. What kind of version of the Joker are we going to be getting now? That's what I'm kind of like, just thinking, what are they going to do? What could they possibly do? Because if they've done so much shit for it already, and why would they just bring out another fucking Joker? Because it just doesn't make any sense to me.
I got the answer. It's because they creatively stunted.
Joker's just like an easy villain to use, but like they should definitely like use somebody else. Batman has so many characters that they could use, and they haven't been used well in the movies, and they keep using the same ones. Even the Batman's supposed to have Penguin, right? And Penguin's been done already.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who I really want to see? Fucking Clayface.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yes, that's what I want to see. I would love to see fucking Clayface. That's who we originally thought when Jonah Hill was tied to it. I was like, oh, that would be the perfect fucking Clayface right there. But of course, he backed out because he was like, "Fuck you, bitches! You're not gonna give me money for it." But yeah.
Nah, he asked them, "So where's the script?" And they handed him like 10 bullet points and was like, "There it is." He was like, "Nah, I'm good." That's what really happened. That's what I tell myself.
Killer Croc, if they did him real instead of the stupid Suicide Squad way.
Yeah. Killer Croc would be awesome.
Solomon Grundy.
Solomon Grundy would be fun. See, with Solomon Grundy, like it would have to be a specific, different type of Solomon Grundy that's actually like a complete badass and not just like a henchman. Because a lot of places we've seen him in we see them more like a henchman. Like we haven't really seen him as much as like a main villain in a way.
As long as they don't make him like the old school Super Friends or whatever. Solomon Grundy needs pants, a new pair of pants.
Or maybe actually do a hardcore Scarecrow. That would be great. That'd be a fucking terrifying movie.
Yeah.
You know, Doctor Strange is supposed to be scary. The new Doctor Strange, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be amazing if the new Batman was fucking scary. Imagine Clayface and Scarecrow.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That would be fucking terrifying. And you can still throw in the Penguin. He's just there for the loot.
Yeah,
the other two are there to just fuck everything else up. You know, they're there for the mayhem.
Or you could just go a totally different route and you could just start fucking with like bringing in Hush, because Hush is a character that they haven't really touched on, and even though he's like a newer character, it'd be kind of cool to see him in a movie that, you know, takes place in kind of the 80s. So that'd be kind of dope. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
That'd be cool.
Oh yeah.
Anything else would be cool, but like I said, that involves creativity, a writing staff who gives a fuck, you know.
Yeah.
And they're just looking for easy money.
Yeah.
Because the only reason, if they're bringing Joker, just like you said, the only reason they're bringing him is because he is a cash cow, and that's kind of sad because people now want it. What we just saw. They want a part 2 to that. They don't want another rehash of a different level of joke. Like, that's going to get so played out. You're going to continue to lose money. They already suck. They're just going to continue to suck more. It's like, come on, you make no sense. Makes no sense.
If it's going to be Batman Year One, it has to be Joaquin Phoenix, because that dude owns the role now. So...
Right, but I don't even think they're done by the same people. The people who did Joker aren't doing the Batman.
No, but this is like the sequel though. Like whatever happens after that is whatever.
Oh yeah, he already okayed and like is signed on for it if they do want to make another one. And it's supposed he's only going to do it also if it's a couple like years. Like he has a list of demands if he comes back. So that automatically says that movie's going to be juicy because he's not coming back unless it's creative.
Yeah, but from what it looks like it's going to be a different, like it's kind of like a multiverse. So it's going to be a different universe in which, you know, we have that Joker and then another Joker and the other one, which is kind of going to be like fucking like, what the fuck? Why are you guys going to make it so difficult for people?
just do another character, man. There's so many there's so many monkeys in that fucking barrel. They're just lazy.
Oh man, that's the new C villain Batman or whatever. Barrel of monkeys.
Pretty much.
And the artwork is all the bad guys all his villains trying to climb out of the red monkey barrel, but they're fighting each other. So
just
none
hanging
of them
on,
get out.
just hanging on each other. Yeah. No, I get it. That'd be cool. So more Joker. Yay. Speaking of creatives, Judd Apatow. We know Judd Apatow from a bunch of shit. He's actually working on something that's, of course, not comic book related, but he's actually working on some comic stuff. Haha, comics. Haha, funny comics. He's working on a documentary on the great George Carlin. And that's fucking cool.
The documentary or movie?
Documentary, not a movie.
It's already done? Like, did they say when it's supposed to come out?
They didn't say exactly when it's going to come out, but they are working on it right now. They've been talking about it for the last couple of years, but they're finally actually gonna get into it as far as like getting all the production and all the, you know, going through the old tapes and everything to make sure it all comes out the way it should. Because he also did the Gary Shandling one, which came out really well. So I'm very excited to see what's going to happen with this one.
Where's the Gary Shandling on HBO one?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm kind of excited to see what they're gonna do with George Carlin, because of course George Carlin is a great, and we haven't seen anything from him, of course, because he passed away. But he's had like 40 different HBO specials, and fucking like a bazillion hours of things, and we've seen him in so many fucking movies and so many other different places. Seeing him, an actual documentary, a whole film based on him and his basically his entire career, It'd be fucking great.
Yeah, Carlin is one of my favorite stand-up comics of all time. I grew up listening to his stuff as a kid, and as an adult, it kind of like shaped certain things in my head. Like I wouldn't be an atheist if it wasn't for George Carlin. Like he made me think about so much stuff that I would never have thought about if I had never listened to him. Like he was one of the greatest comedians to ever walk the earth. And yeah, like all of this stuff is on Amazon Prime. Like a lot of his stand-up is on Amazon Prime now. So if you've never seen it, because I know a lot of people don't know him other than like, the Kevin Smith bullshit. But he's a really, really good, hilarious, hysterical. His stuff is still funny. Even his stuff in the 70s is still funny.
Oh yeah, it's great. Like a lot of his stuff, it transcends generations because
agreed.
It's just a look into the socials, and, look at the social world and how the world tends to see things.
And some of the stuff that he predicted as a joke actually fucking happened.
Yeah, yeah, man. If you haven't heard his stuff and you're curious, go on YouTube. Like it's all on YouTube. All this stuff is on YouTube. So
I used to have his poster that had all the forbidden words.
Awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, he was great, man. He was one of the best.
Alex actually is the reason I found out about George Carlin's.
Nice, that's awesome.
Oh, cool.
Fuck yeah.
I corrupted the youth.
Nah, it's okay. My dad used to listen to Richard Pryor. So
me too. He's awesome.
But when I met the white comedian, I was like, oh shit, they come in multiple colors.
Yeah, Carlin and Pryor came up at the same time. Like it was. I don't want to say his name too much, but yeah, Bill Cosby, George Carlin, and Richard Pryor. They all came up at the same time.
Pudding.
Yeah. When they gonna mention me and not talk about the pudding pop.
I think of Joker whenever I hear pudding. I think of Cosby when I hear Jello.
Franny, you gotta remember with the Jello pudding pop. Wow.
Nah, I remember his Jello commercials. JELLO.
And then now it's JELL. Oh no.
Yeah.
So I guess that leads us into some next shit. Something that I found kind of interesting is that we love Star Wars here, other than Alex, but
go on.
So Star Wars is actually working on another series or another anthology series, basically, which a few years ago they did an anthology series called from a certain viewpoint of A New Hope. And they're gonna be doing a new one, which is a certain viewpoint for a certain viewpoint, whatever, for the Empire Strikes Back, and it's gonna be basically an anthology series with 40 different stories from 40 different authors, and it all follows different characters, not necessarily that we've known throughout the universe, but different characters that has experienced the things that's happened that we've seen in the movies.
So we're actually going to see the dudes that were rebuilding the Death Star?
Probably.
Like when they talked about in Clerks what happened to the hundreds of contractors that were working on the Death Star? Oh, goody. I finally get to see that.
Shh, don't mention the hole. Don't mention the hole. Oh, hey, Vader.
Has anyone seen Joe? Has anyone? And it explodes.
Yeah, pretty much.
I need to talk to him about this mistake in the blueprints, and it explodes and everyone dies. That'd be great.
Credits.
The one for Star Wars is this supposed to be a book or what?
It's a book.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a book that is going to be coming out. I believe sometime in the next few months, actually. So
I was hoping it was a Disney show.
No.
That'd be hilarious. Whatever.
With short stories of doom. You know?
Oh man, I'm just thinking right now. Whatever. The one guy is like, yo, so who can I write about? And they go, you got Jar Jar, and like, fuck.
Right. Or they'll be in the cantina, and it'll actually show that Han Solo shot first, And
Right, exactly.
it'll be the table next to him. Be like, oh my god, he shot that man.
The day in the life of the alien that plays the fucking trumpet. Honey, lay off my back. I gotta go to the cantina, right? You always in the fucking cantina. You gotta take care of your kids. I'll come back later.
Or you find out the story about the dude that loses his hand. Remember? And he has like warrants in his arrest in five sectors or some shit like that. We get to see how bad they were as bounty hunters. That'd be great. But it's a book, so crush my dreams there.
It's not a dream, crush dream. It'll help build your imagination.
That's what I get for thinking Disney was actually thinking outside the box. My ass.
Okay, so speaking of,
they were thinking about the box of your ass. What?
Thinking outside the box. My ass.
Okay. I was like, what the hell is this about the box, your boxy ass? Whatever the fuck.
I'm sorry. I should have paused.
Yeah, like all that together, whatever. Just like, what the fuck is this?
So speaking outside of the box,
upper ass,
and not my ass.
Sure, now it's not.
Something that's completely fucking weird that kind of threw me off when I heard about it, but I'm like, fuck it, why not? Disney will be working on a new musical, but not just a regular musical. It's a musical using the music from Lionel Richie. And this is kind of like, what the fuck? But I kind of want to listen to it and watch it because I like Lionel Richie. Like, Lionel Richie was one of the first artists that, like, my brother actually influenced me to fucking listen to, because he had the actual records. He had the small record. I think it was what, like
the 45s, I think.
Yeah, the 45s. Yeah, my brother had a 45, and I was like, ooh, okay. And I would listen to it. I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. He had Penny Lover. I was like, okay. I listened to it. It was fun. I liked it. But the title of this musical is gonna be All Night Long. We all know that song. All night long. Yeah. So
and that's gonna be Disney? My goodness.
Are they
taking that risk.
Are they doing it Fantasia style?
Probably. I don't know.
We're gonna
have fucking
animals
tutus
all night long. It's a freaking heffalump dancing around all night. Or is it gonna be
God,
Mickey
Goofy's
Mouse?
gonna finally get some from Clarabelle.
I don't know how they're gonna do it, but it's gonna be interesting, and I kind of want to check it out. From what they're saying, it's the script is being developed by the writers of The Proposal as well as Crazy Rich Asians.
The Proposal with Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, your homie.
Franny right now just went, I guess I know what I'm gonna watch next.
I wonder if anyone's gonna be voicing it. Ryan Reynolds.
That's a plus for me on Disney.
Right? Damn you, Disney Plus. You're the devil. But that is really interesting. I'm a fan myself. I would love to see what they do with Tutti Frutti.
Yeah, so I'm excited to see what they're gonna do with
That's Little Richard.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it!
I was just about to say that, and I was like,
Yeah.
I'll just let her have it.
Wrong artist.
Oopsie.
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then in final news for this week is something that I was really fucking excited for. So I figured I'd end off with, on a plus side, and that is with Bill and Ted Face the Music.
I haven't seen the trailer yet.
We finally got a trailer for it, and it's fucking amazing.
I want to do a trailer reaction to it.
Yeah, I sent it to you so you could do it earlier this week.
Yes.
Yeah, Freddie.
And then things happen, and I couldn't do it.
I know. The world. Dude, it's fucking cool. I'm excited for it because, of course, it basically follows Bill and Ted pretty much 30 years after the originals. and they're trying to find the song that can, save the world. And it kind of makes sense for what the fuck is going on right now. So, like, why the fuck not? Let's do this shit now. And yeah, it'll be coming out real soon, and I'm excited for it. I'm excited for it because, of course, I love Bill and Ted, and they're coming out with the musics for it, and seeing them actually doing things that they haven't done in ages, because of course they look old as fuck now, and
how rude.
yeah, they look old as fuck, and
shut your mouth.
They, from what we see in the trailer, it looks kind of funny because they go into the future and they meet themselves in prison, and they're all jacked and shit, and it looks fucking hilarious. I want to see it. I want to see what the fuck is gonna go on with this movie.
I have to see that trailer.
I'm just really happy to see them together again. Like the moment I found out they were doing it, I was giddy.
Yeah, it's giddy worthy. Yeah, it's very exciting. I'm very, very, very like.
I just really hope I could go see it in a movie theater by the time it comes out.
Yeah. No,
I'm waiting for the crossover when Bill and Ted meet Wayne and Garth.
That'll be interesting.
Copyright InnerCityGeeks 2020.
I actually saw a fan drawing of Bill and Ted ran into Ash Williams.
Oh, that would be
Ted, because they all time travel, and Ash, I guess, read it wrong and ended up in front of Bill and Ted when they meet Rufus. So instead of meeting Rufus, it's Ash that lands in front of them.
Fuck yeah.
It was pretty cool. That
sounds like something that would come out of the actual comic, which is pretty funny. Yeah, so I'm excited for this. I want to see it. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? We good?
I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. Black Lives Matter. That's about it.
Coronavirus, wear a mask, bitches.
No, I mean I was serious. Like, Black Lives Matter, and you gotta change the world and change the country.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the damn truth. Yeah.
Amen.
Word. So I guess that pretty much wraps it up for this week. So make sure you guys go over to InnerCityGeeks.net, where we have a whole bunch of shit sometimes. Of course, we have this show. We also have It's Poppin' with Franny the Film Snob.
Yes.
Yeah, we have that. We should be doing another episode soon.
Yes.
Can I get in on that?
Maybe. Maybe. I'll send you a questionnaire. See? And then we'll take it from there.
I'll look over your resume and I'll let you know.
Right.
If you get a second call, maybe.
I mean, we like the same kind of stuff, so.
Yeah, we're doing we're supposed to be doing a B-rated movie list.
Okay.
Yeah, that's our next episode that we're planning on. We're working on. So.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're gonna do that. We also have InnerCityGeeks Turntable, InnerCityGeeks First Watch, which I was doing with Renee. We only did one episode, but
yeah, now that I can record, we'll do more.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. Now you have it. More episodes of First Watch coming back. So much shit on the site. InnerCityGeeks. Comics Book World, Manga Time, Anime World. The ICGPW Slamcast, Good Games, the InnerCityGeeks webcomic. Yeah, tons of fucking shit on the site. So yeah, just make sure you go check that shit out. Check out all the past stuffs. So go do that. And then also on the site we have places that you can go to help out the show other than just listening. You'll find the link to Amazon where you can find some shit. You can get your first month free of Amazon Prime, because who doesn't fucking love Amazon Prime? I do. And then you could watch a bunch of shit on there. You can listen to a bunch of shit on there. You could get some free shippings on stuff. So go do that. click that link, and whatever you get on that link, you could it helps us out just a little bit. Another cool fucking link on there that you can find is a link to cbdMD, which is some pretty cool CBD stuff that is at a reasonable price. Because of course, a lot of the CBD stuff is like super fucking expensive. And yeah, this is actually really good CBD stuff that helps you not be high, but still gives you the whole effects of just a chill ass feel.
I call it diet weed.
Yeah, exactly. Diet weed. Love it. Yeah.
Weed zero.
Yeah. They have, of course, they have the gummies, they have the tinctures, they have the topical creams. They even have fucking doggy treats, or like pet treats and stuff. So
sure, when you
if your dogs are like super anxious and shit, or if your cats are super anxious, you could feed them these treats and they can just chill the fuck out, because you don't want them fucking freaking out and shit. Yeah, so check out cbdMD and you can get some cool fucking CBD shits. Then we have a link to So Sick Clothing Company, where you can get a whole bunch of cool shit that is made by us, like shirts and hats and hoodies and cool shit, all done by geeks for geeks. So make sure you check out sosickclothing.co, and at checkout you type in InnerCityGeeks and you'll get 15% off your entire purchase, including some discounted fucking Steam passes. So go do that. sosickclothing.co. Go do that. And then the final place you can go to is Beard Octane for your awesome beardly needs. You got beard balms, beard butters, beard oils, utensils to make your shit look nice. So go do that. And at checkout, type in ICG10 for 10% off of your entire purchase on there. And that's pretty much it for that. For those sponsors or affiliates or whatever you want to call them. Then you can find us on SoundCloud, on Stitcher Radio, Google Podcast, and the motherfucking Spotify. Yes.
I don't know why. I always look forward to that last one. Like, go ahead, Steve, say it.
Yeah, I know. I saw you like waiting for it, like when you're at a concert. You're at a concert. You're just waiting for the solo. You just waiting.
Like last week. Hold on.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you got that. You can also find us on the socials. Make sure you check us out on the Facey Space, so facyspace.com/InnerCityGeeks. The Instagram and the Twitters at InnerCityGeeks. Where can we find you guys? Alex, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Deny DINYED, and on Instagram at Deny DIN_Y_ED.
Yes, and you can find Franny.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Franny_the_fangirl, and I am still on YouTube. And at some point, I will put up more content, I promise, at Franny the Fangirl on YouTube. And you can find me on here, on Inner City Geeks with you guys, and on What's Poppin'.
It's poppin'.
It's poppin'.
What's poppin'? The wrong name.
Awesome. Thank you, Franny. Renee, where can we find you, sir?
You can find me at DarthBX, DARTHBX, one word, at Twitter and Instagram. And I don't really have a Facebook, so it's all good.
Yeah. Nobody really uses Facebook anyway. It's just it's just a ploy. It's just old people on Facebook. It's okay.
Yeah, I use it to talk to my family members, and most of them are old.
Dude, my mom is 81 and she's on the Facey Space, so I'm just saying. Steve is kind of like Steve's thing is like kind of like, yeah.
Yeah. You can find me on the Instagram and the Twitters at Mr. Jackal, MasterJackal. And yeah, that's everything for the week. So say your goodbyes, everybody.
Goodbye, everybody.
Until next time, folks.
Have a good one, guys. Be safe.
Yes. But just before we go, I like to bring some more music again, of course. And this is a band that I just found out about this week, and I was super fucking excited because I heard them covering a song. Well, I heard the lead singer actually covering a Deftones song, and I was like, "Ooh, I kind of want to hear more shit from her and her band." Her band is called Employed to Serve, and they're pretty hardcore and pretty dope. I really liked it, and they covered a Deftones song of the Elite, and I was like, "Ooh, I like the way she sings," and I just really enjoyed it. So I hope you guys enjoy it as well. So, like I always say, don't be a dick, but always remember that the geeks shall inherit the earth if this decides to play. There we go.